Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. We're your host. I'm Malcom. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dad, aka Dwayne Bowser, aka author of the new future, best-selling Gotta Laugh to Keep from Crying, 3-time author extraordinaire. What's good, man? What's good, everybody?
I love it. I love the intro. I love
That's a soft cover. I didn't even peep.
Yeah, this is a soft cover, homie.
That's nice. I didn't even peep. That's nice.
Yeah, we official tissue. Remember, the hardcover was limited edition. And so that went out to friends and families and those who purchased. Now, as a pre-order on Amazon, $19.95. You can't beat that. The book will be shipped to you on Mama Dot's birthday, November 25th. But these pre-sales are very important because it builds up with the algorithm. You know how, Amazon is. And so if we want to make this a bestseller, we're going to do it from the grassroots up. We don't have a big budget. So all we have is the support from the people. So I need you to go and purchase a pre-ordered copy of this book. All right? And if you already have the book, soon we're going to put a link in there where you can leave a review. Those reviews, Malcolm, as you know, are very important. Absolutely. If you've read the book, we want you to leave a review. With that being said, now, we are 10 days out from the 60-day challenge, a 60-day journey to healing, transformation, and self-discovery. You can get this at shopurbanx.com. We're going to start it on November 2nd because that's the Sunday that officially starts the week. And it's absolutely free on our YouTube channel. But if you want to participate fully, we highly advise that you pick this up. Now, not only do you get this beautiful, journal, which says the Hero's Journal, it comes
I like how you did
with,
that.
some Post-its for your daily task. Says the Hero's Journey on those. You get those. It comes in this beautiful velvet bag that says, basically, let the journaling begin. And it comes with a chic gold pen that'll be here tomorrow. Had to order them. And so you are going to be armed with the journal to write, a beautiful pen to write, a beautiful bag to carry it, and your postage for your daily task. All of that, you get that whole package when you get the journal. And so we are doing it big. We only know how to do things one way, which is iconic.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
We don't
it,
cut
man.
corners. We don't
Yeah.
shortchange you. We give it to you the way it should be got. So it's 10 days. Now, on this, look at this. Look at the stitching in this. Look at the quality of that, bro. Mama
Nice.
Dot said it's 20% off until Sunday. So, yeah, look at the one Malcom got on. This is crazy. Come on now.
Come on, man.
All right? We don't cut
That's a fact.
corners when it comes to the
That's a fact.
quality of what we do.
We only do things one way. That is a fact. That is
And
a
it's,
fact.
and it's becoming iconic. All right?
Absolutely.
So I want to get to some quick
Word,
business.
and peace to the mods, peace to everybody. We haven't done a roll call in a minute. Wow.
Yeah, we got to get back to the roll call.
We gotta get back to the roll call. We haven't done that in a minute, guys. Yeah.
We absolutely have
okay.
to do that.
What would you say?
And on November 15th and the 16th, I'm going to be at Nicholas Bookstore to celebrate King Simon's 30th anniversary. In marketing and promotion. It is a 2-day event at Nicholas Bookstore, the 16th and the 7th, or the 15th and the 16th. I'll be there that Saturday. And so it'll be a host of people coming through to celebrate these accomplishments of King Simon. 30 years is a long time in the business promoting. So if you're in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, and you want to come up and celebrate with us, please do so. Nicholas. All right. And with that being said, any announcements from you, Mal?
Nah, man. It's been a long week.
Yes. For numerous
we're here.
reasons. But
Yeah.
we're here. And
We're
we're putting it together. We're putting it together.
Yeah.
You know?
As you can see.
You know, the things that you don't know that go on behind the scenes, but we're putting it together, and we thank you for your time here with us. All right, so with that being said, let's get to it, man.
Let's get to some stuff.
You are
dude.
tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Okay, well, breaking news from today. NBA coach, Portland Trailblazers coach, Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier. I feel like there was somebody else who also got swept up.
Damon Jones.
Damon Jones were arrested by the FBI for alleged illegal gambling. Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. And apparently this thing runs apparently the Gambino mob family.
Yes.
Like, what year is it? What year is it?
Yeah.
It's-
I don't know why people
2025?
think the mob just disappeared, Malcolm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
come on. You're not going to
Yeah.
walk away from billions of dollars that you get in untaxable money. You don't just walk away from that. You rebrand yourself, sort of
Absolutely.
like the Illuminati and all this other stuff. You rebrand yourself, but you never truly vanish because there's too much money to be
Yeah.
made.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
exactly. So
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No,
The-
I was gonna say
Go ahead.
with the push, if you listen to podcasts, if you watch sports shows, if you watch ESPN, Fox, whatever that you watch, you should see the strong push that has been the last few years when it comes to sports gambling. Something that was a vice. You know what I mean? That people just kind of kept to themselves. Like you might have, bet on sports, you might have not. But now it is in your face. It is everywhere. Everybody promotes it. Rappers promote it. Drake promotes it. Streamers promote it. It is literally everywhere, to the point where the irony is today on ESPN, they were talking about this story with an ESPN bets banner that was under as they were talking about it, and then mid conversation it disappeared because they also saw the irony in it too.
Yeah,
like,
because
this is a
they
bad
look
look.
like hypocrites.
Yes.
And Chauncey Billups' situation is this. He was holding these high roller poker games that had hidden cameras under the table, that had transparent contact lenses. It had so many spy devices, and what they do is everyone on the table may be in on it except a few suckers. And so that's how the mob brings those players in who don't know, and they lose big. Now, it serves twofold. When you start cozying up with basketball players, right? You find out just how deep or addicted to gambling they are, and then you put them in compromising positions. If you watch the guy on Vlad TV, he was a big mobster. He said they
Michael
get them,
Francis.
Yeah, he said
Michael
they
Francis.
get them in deep, and then they force them to work it off by controlling games and stuff. Right? So that's very important to understand that Chauncey Billups was involved on that level. Now they're saying Rozier was involved with games itself, meaning he was tipping people off, I'm not gonna play the whole game, and then he would go out with a phantom injury, and those who bet on it capitalized, and allegedly they dropped $200,000 off cash at his house under one instance that he made money. Now,
God damn.
Yeah, this is what they're saying. The FBI don't miss when it comes to stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
These athletes have, and I saw Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith and them tonight actually going at each other. Kenny Smith was trying to say, this is an addiction. When you have an addiction, it doesn't matter how much money you have, right? It's an addiction. And this is why millionaires lose money all the time, because they are addicted to the concept of making more money, right? And so, but Charles Barkley is saying, you just stupid if you did that. And I thought Kenny Smith was trying to correct him. It's a little deeper than that. It's a tough situation for them because they all gamble, right?
So the thing is, and especially with high-level athletes, you have to think about the mindset there is they are competitive by nature. Like, it is at a cellular level when it comes to certain people. I saw Michael Irvin talking about this because he was talking about like his wild out time. He goes, yo, I would lock in during the season.
Yes.
Right after the season, I'll bug out. But then when the season came, I locked in. But he realized I'm trading one addiction
For another.
for the next.
Yes.
For another. That's why a lot of athletes, when they don't, I be on TikTok, and I'm seeing a lot of D1 athletes going, yo, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, the game is over. You know what I mean? I'm not going pro. I don't know what to do.
Yes.
Right? I was used to, so that's why they either fall off a cliff or they just transfer that addiction to something else. Now, depending on if that addiction, let's put, if it's productive or it's not, it's up to the person. You get what I'm saying? So as an athlete, that's why they talked about Jordan, like his gambling, like he needed to bet on everything because it's a rush. It's that competitive, like, I got you, I won over you,
and that's how
they all have it.
I know he bet on games.
Come on.
When you want to know about the unknown, you study what you know, bro. He was highly addicted, and he had the ability. See, I don't want people to think it's always about winning or losing the game. There are over-unders on all kind of stuff. How many shots is Jordan gonna take? Magic Johnson, who I also think, in my humble opinion, was gambling. Magic is averaging 13 assists. Tonight, I need him to get 8 assists. You don't think him with the ball in his hand can control that? Of course he can, right? when you move in certain circles, all they do is cheat. You're not trying if you're not cheating. What's the problem? Society is set up for the average person to work hard, follow the straight and narrow, and lose. Let's just call it what it is. The elite do not I was watching one of the TV shows with Mama Dot and Eli, something of The Neighborhood or something, and it was surrounded around them stealing a piece of art. And if you know, the art industry is a big farce. You know, someone comes in as the gatekeeper and gives value to something that has no value. You wash your $50 million and now you have an art piece for 50. That shit is all a hustle. All the elite do is win because they set up rules for the average person to follow that they themselves do not follow. Yeah. Let's just call it what it is. I believe Michael Jordan got in way over his head. I think his father was a gambler. And I think that's what led to him having to retire in the prime of his career. Okay? Yeah. And so this gambling thing is not new. And it's not subjected to a few players. But back to the over-under, because somebody in the chat said they don't think Rozier was prominent enough to throw games. They didn't say he was throwing games. They say he knew in advance he wouldn't finish the game. And so therefore, the bet came in that he wouldn't finish the game. And as a result, somebody capitalized. And now that this thing has become public and all of these talk shows are sponsored by it, it has just put it on Front Street. It is going to be the decaying downfall of sports as you know it, which is all rigged. Continue.
Yeah, so, and now, because people are starting to like put together clips of Terry Rozier, like with some like really scratching plays, like yo, you just lost the ball like that, or you just passed it to nobody, like yo,
right.
And now this is going to force you, because if this all comes out to be true, this is going to force you to look at everybody. Like, no bad game is a bad game anymore. It's just like, yo, Nick, whoa.
Yes.
Like, how much he got? Like, what's the spread on him? Like, what's the
right?
You know what I mean? What's the money line on him? Like, what's the parlay? Like, it's going to get bad,
and
bro. Like,
it's causing fans, the fanatics, to become belligerent and violent when they get into your DMs. Like, you cost me money. And it's so many layers to it, because LeBron James, through Damon Jones, had got inside information that he wouldn't be playing.
Allegedly. Press the button. Preston.
Allegedly.
Press the button.
All right? Allegedly. And as a result, he cashed in. How many times have we seen LeBron and he's playing, and even wifey be like, yo, what is he out there doing? You could tell he's clearly tanking. Now, I'm thinking he's tanking because he needs a trade.
He want to get traded.
He want to get traded, or he want to show management this team ain't cutting it. But it could have been 2 or 3-fold. He could have been messing with the market because he has the power to do that. He could be sending a message to management, because I watched him on the bench the other night in the debut, and he's sitting there like he's in a goddamn doctor's office. He didn't seem to be involved. He was just sitting there like this with his glasses, watching the team look like shit. And are you in a bad situation if you're the Lakers, that you got to depend on a 40-year-old man to come back for your team to be competitive? But he understands his worth and his value, and whether you like it or not, he leverages it. I think he's running out of leverage space. And if they probe further and find out that he was involved with this gambling thing on a grand scale, it could be his parting gift. Because you're going to part out this with a gift. You ain't leaving the way you came in this. And if you think you are, show me somebody who has. Now, what I will say this too, Malcolm, I always say follow the money. These guys have too much time on their hand, downtime in between games. That's why they got chicks in every city, right? They do a rotation. You know, when I come to Chicago, I'm with you. When I go to Milwaukee, I'm with you. They do this. They drink. They smoke. Some of them do even deeper stuff based on, you know what I mean? Because the idle time is a vice. And they said they'd be on the plane gambling. You could lose $150,000 on the plane.
Yeah.
Right?
On the way back from a game, like, that's your game check or something. Like,
absolutely, that's a game check. And you've even heard players get into it who didn't want to pay. So now they're allegedly saying Gilbert Arenas might have squealed because it's a long and a big net that they cast, and they arrested 30 people today.
He put up a tweet and said that basically that he's confirming he snitched. I don't know.
He's
if
trolling.
That was him.
Because he's got
I think he's trolling.
His snitch lunch with him and all of that kind of stuff.
I think he's trolling, but that goes to show you, because I think those are unrelated cases. I would say, like, he had his own little ring. I think everybody. Not unrelated in they didn't know about it, but I think he had his little gambling ring. I think Chauncey probably had his little gambling ring. Everybody got their own little.
Now I want to say this too.
Island they're working off of.
Your stereotypical view of the mob is, hey, mobsters, he's gonna play a game, moolies, bring the moolies with the big money too. It ain't always like that. They come across as real businessmen who just know that you high rollers and you want a private space to gamble. Little do you know, when you put your cards down, there's some shit that's scanning your cards, and they already know if you're gonna win or lose. Now, this ties into James Harden, who did snitch. I don't even have to hit the alleged button with that. He snitched on Big U. His paperwork is public.
Oh.
Okay? James Marvin Harden, or whatever his middle name is. Remember, he got beat by Adrian Broner in the dice games.
That's right.
Remember, Adrian was beating people with fake or phony dice.
That's right.
He got beat for 1.5. And you know what he did? He called Big U to get his money back. So now, Big U got his money back, minus the small commission, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, finder's fee.
Little finder's fee. Yeah. And then the Fed started probing, or had been probing, and he turned on Big U and said Big U is the one who got my money back. Now, how a nigga gonna get you your money back and you squeal on him? So, this thing is gonna be big, it's gonna be wide, and it's going to interlap between basketball, steroids, gambling, prostitution. It's all corrupt, Malcolm. You know it, and I know it. All of these games are fixed. And I don't mean every single player gets their script. Stop thinking linear. I'm gonna miss that tackle. Doesn't work that way. You only need a few players. Yeah. Right? The football game, Detroit against Kansas City 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Detroit scores the touchdown.
Yeah.
And they like, yo, wow, what's taking so long for us to kick? And the call came in from New York, and they reversed it.
Yeah.
In real time.
Yep.
You would have to be a Looney Tune to think that sports is real. That's like saying wrestling is real. When you find out, doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. Enjoy it. But don't bet your life on it. See it as what it is. It's entertainment. No way this thing is done by chance.
It's like elections, right? Like, why would we leave that up to chance, right?
Why would you leave your destiny as a rich person in the hand of poor people?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
You mean you're going to let poor people vote you out of your money? Ah, man, great election. I guess they went with somebody else. Now I'm out of billions. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
You under a rock. So every time you hit me with this, you need to vote. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
So
nothing here is real.
This is random. But every time I think about Big U, I think about the fact that his son is on the Chargers and he's really good.
Yes.
And like this is like it's just kind of glossed over. Like,
well,
there's like Henley with the tackle. I was like, oh.
And I'm pretty sure he getting hell of a playing time too, nigga.
Yeah.
You know who my dad is. Diddy tried to pull that with his son at UCLA, but his son wasn't good.
Yeah.
But he still put hands on the coach, and they squashed it. You know what I mean?
I remember.
Listen, if I'm a Pop Warner coach and your mama is bad, you gonna get some playing time. But he can't play, coach, but he needs to learn, okay?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going out there. I'm gonna come over later, and we're gonna work on some plays later.
Yeah.
Right? Come on now.
Yeah.
You know what this is. And so, but I think slowly but surely the cracks are getting wider for you to just see what this is, but just follow the money, guys.
It's
don't
too
think
many
it's a
moving parts
mistake.
now.
Say it again.
It's too many moving parts now. There always been more moving parts, but it's just now. Like I said at the top of this, gambling was a secret, not a
private thing.
Private thing. You know what I'm saying? Now it's everywhere. So even when the NBA try to make example out of players, you're promoting this. Like you're promoting gambling.
You look crazy.
So what do you think the players are not going to gamble? And And I also want to say this to the FBI as well. Right, I'm speaking to them. You're trying to make an example out of players who now gambling is on Front Street and stuff like that. It's very legal to do. You can gamble, but for players, it's not because they're in the game. Politicians do the same thing when it comes to trading.
All the time. It's called insider trading.
Like that's what they. Nancy Pelosi has a $200 million net worth
portfolio.
How?
When her base salary is $200,000 a year.
Come on.
Right? So that's obviously they're moving in circles in which they know what the hell is going on. Now, don't think it was an accident that the FBI and Patel and them had their press conference today. They let the NBA pop off. Season this the week. This is the worst week for that to come out.
Yeah. Damn.
Right? Worst week.
Yeah.
And here it is. They dropped it on that point during that time for those reasons. Damn, now, let me add this, because I saw Stephen A. Smith say, this is Donald Trump's fault. He was on his show. He's coming. This is all because of Trump. Listen, this is all because the system is goddamn corrupt. The entire system, the judicial system, courts, politics, sports, tell me I'm wrong. Music industry, what more do you need to see to understand that this system, the whole system, has to collapse on itself? And if you're gonna say this is Donald Trump's fault because he's coming for everybody who came for him, well, when did the gamblers come for him? I don't understand. Did Vegas come for him? So I don't understand the logic in his thinking half the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, seriously.
So
seriously.
Keep your eyes open. This is just the beginning of you seeing, because you either want to see it or you don't. And if you have confirmation bias and you think the game is real and they out there playing and we don't know the outcome, and these 30 owners from each sports, and you just some, play toys and shit that they don't decide based on the economy and other things what's going on, then you are so far like in a whole nother universe that is crazy. And remember, the mobsters have been tied to politics, sports. They get their money because they're in the bribing game and the blackmailing game just as much as the Mossad and all them other people are. It's a big game. Yeah.
Yo, speaking of like the game being rigged, right? So there's a building in Manhattan. It's like the tallest building in Manhattan. It's taller than Empire State Building. It is 432 Park or 423 Park, and huge building. If you kind of like just look at the skyline, it's a tall, real tall, skinny building, right? Now, those apartments, millions of dollars. There's like one apartment, like the top penthouse is going for like $90 million right now, right?
Wow.
And people have been complaining about the plumbing don't work. The concrete is cracking because they tried to use some different kind of concrete compound to make the building look white, because concrete is a very fixed mixture. It looks gray for a reason. That's why it always looks gray.
Yeah.
They wanted to make it look white for the pristine look, aesthetics and stuff like that. And the engineer, I think the architect or the engineer, he was telling people like, yo, this is not gonna work. This is weekend stuff like that. And the developers was like, no, they pushed it through. So now building has cracks, the elevator doesn't work, it sways when it's windy outside. Like the building, if you're living in a building and when it's too windy, it sways, right? Elevator don't work, the trash chute, when people from the top floor throw the trash down, people said it sounds like explosions going off because it's coming down from so high.
Boom!
From so high, right? And I was thinking, you think to yourself, like, who the hell lives here? Come to find out, the building is damn near not occupied. It's occupied, like these billionaires are buying it, but nobody lives there, right? So you're saying, like, why the hell would that do? They hiding money. And in New York City, you don't have to expose yourself as the buyer of an apartment like that.
Yes.
So these billionaires from Dubai and
all
China,
these
stuff
countries,
like that, from all over the world, they buy these apartments and they don't live in them. They just be able to hide their money, for tax purposes and stuff like that. But real people in New York City obviously are the ones who have to deal with a building that can damn near topple, if the wind goes too far, right? So I just thought that was interesting.
It is interesting, and that's been going on for years as well. They do not have to occupy the space once they purchase it, but they get the benefits of doing so. A lot of those townhouses and penthouses are empty. Or when they fly in once a year, twice a year, they come in and maybe occupy it.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
So I just thought that was interesting.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So Gucci and his wife Keisha Dior, I believe her name is, they had an interview on The Breakfast Club, and it was interesting. I watched some clips. I haven't watched a full Breakfast Club interview in a long time, but I watched some clips, and obviously the highlight of it was the fact that he talked about him struggling with schizophrenia, right? So if you've known Gucci, or if you've seen Gucci on the internet over the years, you've seen some crash outs, right? And you've seen like some Twitter rants that were just unhinged, like what the hell, right? So what I saw was people taking it different ways. People saying the trauma he had growing up obviously has caused this. Like, you could only kill so many people, have so many people killed, that you don't start to hear other voices and stuff like that.
Shoulder alert.
Then people were pointing to the wife, because she said a few interesting things as well, and she came across like his handler. Like, she said something about being able to snap her fingers and bring him out of his episodes and stuff like that, and it was interesting. What did you think?
He's a clone.
Yeah.
Look at the original Gucci Mane before he went to jail. Look at him. Dude, if your eyes should tell you, if you don't believe your own goddamn eyes, you're in trouble. He's not having schizophrenia. He's having a clone breakdown because the clone couldn't retain all of the goddamn information that the original has. I think they keep cloning him and bringing him back, and he's losing more and more every time they clone him. In terms of the wife, didn't she hold the money while he went away, flip the money, and when he came out, he had more money than he went in?
Yeah,
sounds like a handler.
Yeah.
Okay? And it sounds like she knows the trigger words or whatever to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
They trained her in that to bring him back. Now, I don't know about you. I looked at him and I looked at the Gucci Mane before he went to jail, and they do not look the same to me.
Okay.
Now, jail can change you.
It's true.
Sure.
It's true. He don't.
It just don't look the same. Dave Chappelle don't look the same either. But that's a story for another day. Okay?
Okay.
So, that's what I think it is. This is another aspect that we in our community need to stop acting like it doesn't exist. We got to stop acting like these people do not have the technology to make another one of you. They do. Trust me, they do. They've been talking about this since the 50s. I got the artificial human books from Bobby Hemmett and them years ago. Them white boys, Al Bielek and them was dropping that 40 years ago. And you understand technologically where we are. That's why I told you last week, all of this AI stuff is child's play based on what they really have and what they can do. That's how you control people. You control people based on their point of reference of familiar things around them, because you can only expand your consciousness based on, I don't know, am I here? I'm here.
I'm here.
Malcom is here. Okay, we'll get him back on the screen. You can only base your consciousness based on what you experience and you are around and surrounded with. So unless you are aware to think outside of the norm, you just keep recycling the same goddamn thoughts over and over. And if I, on the outer perimeter of your perception, keep feeding things into your perception, like the wheel, you know what I mean? You know how Quantum Leap, nigga, motherfucker showed them the wheel? I just like the wheel. So I could just roll now. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Yeah. Fire? Now I ain't gotta eat raw food. I can hit that shit up. Dude, all of those things at some point was introduced into the consciousness of the people to help expand consciousness. But if I get out ahead of it, and like I said in my book, Hip Hop Decoded, every time you move into a paradigm, there are 2 boxes ahead, so that when you bust through, you think you busting into the uncharted, and it's another level of charted shit that develops your mental perception of things. That is it. So cloning has been around. That's all I'm gonna say.
I also, another layer to this, I also feel like they're trying to introduce schizophrenia and mental health issues more and more into the hip hop lexicon when it comes to erratic behavior. Because right now I feel like they're trying to set Nicki up to be that next Crash Out. If that makes like
Kanye crashed out already. He not gonna recover. Right? He'll still have glimpses of genius or greatness that'll come through musically, because the music is coming from a different place. He's just a vessel by which the harmonic frequencies that he have harnessed, he's just a vehicle for that. That's coming from somewhere else. This schizophrenia thing could also be, I don't want to act like I'm a doctor, but I play one on TV, right? Your you existed in multiple dimensions at one time, right? And it could be through bad eating, frequency, water, this, that. Them shits are starting to collapse on each other, and you don't know which one you in. That could happen. You could be sitting on a bus near somebody, Malcolm, and they're in a whole nother dimension. Sure, you physically see them, but because of the way they think and perceive light, code transmissions, they consciously exist somewhere else. And this is why you could be talking to somebody and they don't know what the hell you're talking about. They don't have a clue. I don't care how many times you try to break it down. It's because they are not equipped in this existence to understand what you're talking about. Now, there will be times when they overlap and you have a union. That's what a Christian community is about, or a conscious community. Your guys' auric field kind of overlap and mesh so you have a general understanding. But schizophrenia could be a whole bunch of things. It could also be the government putting thoughts in your head via transmission. What do they always say? I'm hearing voices, right?
Yo, they're actually on TikTok. I'm getting into the running community. I've been going running, right? But they're promoting these headphones, obviously, that don't go into your ear. They just go onto the temple of your head, but they play music. And people are saying they're swearing by it. They go, yo, I don't have to cover my ears. I can hear what's going on, but I still hear the music. And I'm just like, that might be a little too far for me.
Yes.
Right? You're frying your brain. We already frying our brain with a lot of this stuff, but that
right.
I don't know.
And we believe in our government too much. Let's just call it what it is. We refuse to believe that in a universe of polarity, that's one of the universal principles, right? That if they make something technologically advanced for the good that you can use, you don't think there's another side to that in which they could send thoughts in your head, steal your thoughts? You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
So everything we use, our cell phone, everything we use, we're at risk for some of that, especially in the realm that we live in now, where this AI thing is growing every single day, and it's moving faster than the speed of light now, because you order something, I paid $24.95, and the shit is obsolete 2 months later, because some other shit done came out that can do something else. And so we are in a unique time and space where we are at those crossroads, in my humble opinion. Not everybody's gonna make it, and let me not be literal. You are not going to puff and disappear into another reality. It's gonna be people you just don't know no more. They're still walking around, you just have elevated into another consciousness. No. You do it now with the people you know. Stop drinking and smoking and watch you shift. And all them people you used to know, or stop doing crime. And all them people that was in your world are no longer in your world. That is not an accident. That is a paradigm shift. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're gonna do it to Nicki. Rock Nation got it in for her. And you don't want to go against the big boys unless you have backing. It's her and her husband. That's not gonna cut it. Yeah. These people are not gonna turn on Jay-Z. And you're gonna find yourself out there the way Kanye West was. Yeah. And he was dropping heavy bombs, but there was nobody standing behind him. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
These people are not crazy. They're not gonna give up their lifestyle for you. Yeah. So Nicki will be dropping truth, but since when the truth was the equalizer in any of this? Yeah. If for that matter, we'd all be free, right?
Absolutely.
And she will be written off. Cardi B will be a part of that process to officially eliminate Nicki, and she will fall by the wayside. Yes.
Yeah.
So the schizophrenia thing and the mental health thing.
I'm telling you, watch it. Watch
Yeah.
it. Like they're gonna start. Like that's gonna be an easier way to explain Nicki's outburst on the line.
An easier way to explain you starting to speak truth to power and reveal secrets that you were never supposed to reveal.
Yeah.
They just gonna come off as crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of like revealing truth, I am worried about these AI generated videos in the conscious community as well. I'll tell you why.
Elaborate.
I'll tell you why. So I'm on TikTok now. Again, I'll be on TikTok, and people are posting these videos again with the dramatic music. They didn't tell you about this, and it's a video playing in the background, and it's AI. It's very, very tight, very, very good AI, but it's AI, right? Now, it could be you now. I can see it being used again as a way, just like we talked about the Diddy tapes, Epstein files. If you see something now, you just have to question it, like that's not real, that didn't happen. Now it's even more, it even muddies up the waters even more. So if you are in search of truth,
yes,
somebody could take a Phil Valentine lecture, a Bobby Hemmett lecture, and create some AI generated stuff, make it look dusty like it's old, make it look like it's, and then say this is AI. Like, you don't know what is truth, what is not, to the 10th power, because these videos are getting very, very good. I saw somebody have a fully AI TikTok, fully AI. The face is a person who is doing what I said. They reporting on real stuff, but the person is AI.
Yeah.
Right?
I seen them do that with Yaki Awakening. It's a video and he's speaking, but you could tell if you look close, it's not him. Now, go ahead, continue. I want you to get that off. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, because I remember when we first got on the internet and we were first doing shows, and you would send me stories. I'm like, this was old, or this didn't happen this way, or now imagine, just imagine 60-year-old Dot on TikTok getting some of these videos and go, Malc, look, no, it's not real. Or 60-year-old grandma, yo, Malcolm, you heard about this? It's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna get tougher.
It gives you the ability now to, if you create a narrative about something, could be anything. You now have tools at your disposal to really fortify that narrative.
Yes.
And the whole narrative may not be true or based in truth, but because my AI skills was tight, this now, and then remember, it only gathers those who don't study, who don't research, and who don't know, but it's a huge population. 85% of the population, right? Mm-hmm. Can fuel your YouTube channel, your TikTok, and even fuel you into a savior-like role that at minimum you had to work for, qualify and disqualify your information in front of a live audience in which people can challenge your truth on the spot. Those days are gone now.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. However, remember we spoke about the polarities. So we have the potential, because if the potential is to mislead, the potential to also, further our cause is there as well. And I'm only mentioning that because I'm plugging in Red Pill and Seven Bomar, who have a AI 2-day conference coming up. I don't know all the details, but I would go to Black Magic 363 because I think he's also involved. And they're just going to show you a step-by-step on how to build something the correct way, right?
Yeah.
So, but we are in that whirlwind now where you just have to be careful about it all.
It is scary. Like, you have to, and I've been a proponent of this. Every time technology takes a huge leap, the society and technology takes a huge leap. As people, we have to kind of take a step back and just kind of remember the fundamentals. Somebody just mentioned it in the chat. You have to go back to just checking your sources, like really becoming a little scholarly in how you do your research again, and rather just a quick YouTube search or you have to get back to reading like physical books and actually
There you go.
physically writing, and that goes into the challenge that is happening
Yes.
on November 2nd.
And remember this too. Whenever something new come out, I don't like to get the first version of it anyway. Because there's always technological mistakes, and that goes with life too. As you jump into this AI world and this artificial intelligent world, be careful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can become immersed. And that's why you need to get back to reading books, writing down your own code,
Yeah.
right? Write your own code about your own experiences and take everything now, which is what the Illuminati wanted anyway. They wanted you to be unsure about where you are in time and space, right? And if there's infinite worlds, check this out. If there's infinite, if the digital world is as infinite as space itself, why do the podcasters that we know all recycle the same stories and have created a war amongst each other? Why are black people at war with each other? And that seems like the only thing that interests us. Malcolm?
I don't know.
As we segue into what's been going on in the podcast world.
Yeah, there's
And
always
sports. And, you know.
Yeah, there's always beefs between podcasters, and I saw we talked about Joe Budden cast with Flip and Malcom Hill. That caused a thing with Angela Rye saying something to Joe Budden and Joe Budden responding to her. It's always been, and then and I don't even want to say it's a black thing. It's just a human being thing, because even in the white podcast space, there's beef between Joe Rogan and everybody else. It's a mess everywhere. Like I don't know why that is, because they all have the same audience anyway. So it's just kind of like, you just occupy your lane, and you should be fine. But that's probably easier said than done.
No, and we're regurgitating. This is what I mean by you create a parameter around your consciousness, because they're all basically talking the same thing. You know what I mean? And it becomes redundant. Now we got gangsters with Supreme and Prince and Bimmy, and it's dudes who create an entire ecosystem of podcasts talking about some shit that took place 30 years ago, 35 years ago. You got Stephen A. Smith going at LeBron James, and LeBron James going at Steve. It's like, sometimes I just get frustrated at the use and abuse of the space that we have here now. And I'm tired of all of these athletic podcasts, and all that they do is sit around and give us goddamn basketball war stories. Yo, when I played with so-and-so, let me tell you what happened in the locker room. It's like, geez, okay, is that all you niggas can talk about? You follow? And so you have to be able to remove yourself from this from time to time, replenish your personal battery, because you can be drained immensely.
Yeah, no, guys, you saw it in real time with us. Like were
the FBA versus the tethers.
Bro.
It's just an ongoing bonanza of shit.
Yeah, like what? Like there's literally there's this guy. This is Spanish guy and this white guy, and they try to explain certain things. They'll try to explain like why the Kardashians are beefing with so and so, and they'll create like a web. I said, and the web always goes like crazy, and the connections of people who have some kind of connection to the original beef is crazy. If you do that with podcasters, if you do that with cultural movements, if you do that with athletes, if you do just in the black space alone, it'll make your head hurt. Like there are people who are cool here, but because they identify here, they have to beef over here, so they don't give their true opinions on certain people because they have connections with him. He might have a connection with Diddy over here.
Absolutely.
He actually did a song with him over here. It's a mess. Like even just what I explained just now with Nicki and Gucci in the Breakfast Club, they apparently Nicki and the Breakfast Club been going back and forth. So Envy, they got Gucci up there, and Envy is throwing Nicki's name up there because Gucci was she was signed to Gucci at first, and then it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It is, guys. It is.
And we got to do better.
Yeah. We do.
You know?
And I'm not gonna lie. I'll be entertained, and then you know what's crazy? I get entertained, and I get mad at myself for being entertained by it.
Right.
I'm like, damn, why am I?
Yeah, I go down a rabbit hole, and every now and then, like, damn, why would they say that about him?
Yeah,
and then I just pull myself out of it, like, come on, man. You listen, guys. You have one of these things called life. How you choose to use it is your business, but do not blame anyone when years go by and you realize that you are unfulfilled in why you're here. You know what I mean? You know how many man hours we waste on sports, gossip, club hopping, and then we want to know why person B is fulfilled and further along in their life because they didn't entertain that stuff. You are the sum of your actions. It just is what it is. Is it time for a commercial break?
It is.
It is.
We'll be right back.
We're gonna be right back, y'all.
With some tech news.
Okay, tech news.
I'm 7, and I'm the Super Harry. That means I ask big questions, I make big moves, and I come from something powerful. In this series, I grow through change, embrace my culture, and unlock the gifts that my ancestors gave me. These books are for kids like me, kids with heart, with pride, and with big dreams. Come join the journey. Collect all 4 7 the Super Harry books and unlock your power. Available on Amazon and Kindle now. Order your copy today.
And we
are back.
Just another quick plug. 60-day challenge. Again, focusing on who we are, getting down to the guts of things that we've suppressed. When you realize how much you suppress, how much trauma you suppress, and when you release it and let it go, the burden that is lifted off of you is amazing. You know what I mean? And so we bury a lot, but it affects us in ways that we can't possibly imagine. And so this challenge is about one day at a time. It's going to be broken into sections of addressing how we just can be a little bit better than we was the day before. And that's all we can ask for, because you're here for more than just working at your job and being mundane and being a non-player character. That's another thing. You see these non-player characters, they are non-player characters in this reality. In another reality, you're a non-player character, just walking around like a zombie or whatever the case may be. Because remember, you exist in multiple places. David Chappelle tried to explain that very concept in one of his stand-ups when he said the dude over from him was live and popping, and for the first time, he realized that he was a non-player character in Homie's world. And so when you see these people just walking around that seem soulless, some of them are, but they're non-player characters in your reality that you control and you manipulate. The people you exist with every single day is just a reflection of yourself in the multitudes of this reality. And the hero's journey is about learning yourself in different capacities, right? So if you argue with somebody, why are you arguing with them? Is there something in them that makes you not like something in yourself, and vice versa? And so these are the components of this 60-day challenge that we want to deal with. But everyone that comes into your reality is there for a reason. Yes? All right.
Absolutely.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So in the chat, Jay Nightmare asks, he said, I keep waking up at 3 a.m. Anyone else having this issue? I have the same issue, but I have a 10-month-old. So I don't know if it's your same issue.
I don't go to sleep until 3 a.m. How about that? I'm staring at the ceiling and my melanin is popping and I'm trying to solve problems. Yeah. You know, so it's maybe there's something that you need to solve at that time in the morning when everyone else in the house is quiet and it's the only meditative time you get at 3 in the morning. Now if you wake up at 3 around the same time, what's the first thought that come in your head? Because another version of yourself could be going, dummy, I'm trying to tell you this, but you're just not getting it. Everything means something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say that these hoodies was 20% off until Sunday?
ShopUrbanX.com.
ShopUrbanX.com. You can get this book, or you can pre-order this book.
It's in the link below.
This is an independent. Okay, let me stop lying. Malcolm, there's no such thing as independent anymore. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's just be real about it. Okay, let me explain what I mean. We used to take pride in saying, yo, this is an independent thing. I get it, but I wrote the book. I didn't bound the book. I had to pay somebody to bound it. I had to pay somebody to print it. I had to pay somebody to distribute it, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I have now a book that I need. I got to put this on Amazon. Amazon takes 55% of your profit. I'm going to say that again so that you know. Amazon takes 55%, but you need Amazon for your status, if that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why your book has to be on Amazon. I have my own website. I had to pay for the website. Website ain't free. If I want to do commerce on my website through PayPal or Stripe, I got to pay them. They got to get paid, right? Yep. When I go to the post office, I got to ship it to you. They got to get paid. When I come on YouTube, even though YouTube don't charge me to be here, I pay with my attention and your attention. So there's a payment being made to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but they all getting paid. That's 8 or 9 tentacles inside of my independence. So It's the same thing with the music industry. You think you distributing it through DistroKid, and the majors own all of them. We all work for BlackRock. All those companies I mentioned, I bet you if you do your research, they all are owned by BlackRock. PayPal,
Crazy.
the book distributors, Amazon to some degree, Stripe, YouTube, all of them. So, but we say independence. If you're not printing and bounding and selling them out of your car, you're not independent. So,
Well, speaking of Amazon, earlier this week there was a shortage with
Yes.
AWS, the Amazon cloud-based service. Now, a lot of prominent websites are built on top of that cloud.
I did not know that.
So, yes, so Reddit,
Apple TV,
like a bunch.
that was out.
Apple
Yep.
TV. My Jobs network was out this week. Like it was a lot of people's. I think Slack or Teams, like a bunch of those programs, a bunch of those softwares, a bunch of those websites were down this week as a result of that outage. Now, again, we talk about independence, right? We talk about think about those websites, and you think they're on their own, but as soon as Amazon goes down,
Yes.
they go down. I think Twitter was down too,
Yes.
right? A lot of these social media sites were down, and you think I got my own brand, I got my own platform. You know what I mean? I'm working for myself, and then soon as another company
Yes.
that goes down, you go down. So I thought that was like very, very interesting, and it just kind of feeds directly into your point that you were making. And when you think about all of these, sites, when we think about the internet, that all could be, I guess, shut down off of basically, because who knows the true reason why these things went down. Like somebody could have hit the wrong email, could have clicked the wrong button, the wrong piece of
Could
code.
have been a cyber warning.
Could have been.
Because remember,
and
go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, like, and it all goes down. Then what? You know what I mean?
Because the new form of war, it ain't gonna be soldiers on the street. Come on, bro. That's so Flintstonian, right? It is going to be cyber wars and shutting off the communication here because you have a greater effect. Because what you do is you get the people to turn on themselves.
Yeah.
Right? When the electricity go out or them food trucks can't get in or this and that, the people will turn on themselves. And we're going to talk about that because they're saying that these people might not get their food stamps. And these people are on TikTok wilding. But I want to show the interconnection between everything. So when we speak about Black Power, because that was a big thing, and I was, as you were trying to tell people, like that's a farce in the sense of, you supporting me, but I didn't make this hoodie. I didn't
guys,
weave this hoodie.
listen, somebody
just now
somebody
placed
just
my
mentioned-
pre-order on Amazon. Thank you, Jay Nightmare. What are you saying, Malcolm?
Somebody just said something. So if you're not truly independent, so how are you an entrepreneur? And I just wanted to mention that because like I mentioned years ago, that episode with Black Mike, when he tried to buy everything Black owned, that was the most important piece of television in the last decade, and I stand on that.
Yes.
Like, I promise you I do. Because every time we talk about independence, we talk about ownership, and we puff our chests at these terms. If you just go one or two layers above that, we don't own it.
Boom.
Right? So even we just talked about this Amazon thing, right? We don't own Roblox. We don't own these websites, right? White people own them, and they don't even own them because as soon as Amazon goes down, it's a wrap. And Amazon don't even own Amazon because if you go a few layers behind that, who owns the most shares of Amazon, right? You can probably. It gets really scary and it gets really uncomfortable. And I don't think a lot of people are just kind of ready to sit with those truths.
And Malcolm, the word entrepreneur, we've been up here saying, pipe it down a little bit. We use the term lightly to say we don't work for the system, but we all work for the system in some capacity. Even if you are a YouTube creator, you don't own YouTube. And if YouTube decide you have violated the terms of the agreement, they shut your money down. Now, how much of an entrepreneur are you? Right? So let's be clear when these people talk about independence. Now, there may have been a time in the past where it held more weight to say, I'm an independent this. But everything is digital now. Everything is connected to everything. I just showed you 8 entities that eat off a book that I wrote. You see what I'm saying? That I cannot, they eat before I do.
Yeah,
so this book is $20.
Yeah. Through
Amazon and through my distributors, I'll make $3. How many books I gotta sell? If I sold 10,000, that's 30 grand. They made 170 grand. And that's not including taxes. So don't fall for the entrepreneur, because I'm not even gonna give it away. Me and Malcom got a book coming out on that, so I won't give it away right now. But we trying to say, let's be real. Like me and Malcom a couple of times have sat on this platform and gigged on ourselves about, you know, the power, but yet we on YouTube. Yet I got an iPhone. So how independent and free am I? So don't be delusional about life. Call it for what it is. We all depend on, and that's why even in the Matrix movie, when Neo met with the circle of masters or whatever, and him and the old man were having a conversation, and he said, well, what will happen to our this if we cut that off? Then we lose our water supply. He was showing Neo that even though the machine world,
we're against the machines. He said we're against these machines, but if these machines don't stop working in here, we'll all starve.
Right. And so he was showing the need to understand their usefulness, but without letting them overtake your life. And that's where we are now. So I have put out this book on my own, only in theory. So if Simon and Schuster come along and say, I'm gonna give you $1 million and you ain't gotta do none of that no more, if I take that deal, niggas' eyebrows goes up. But yet, it's 8 individuals, Facebook, Instagram, PayPal, all eating off me already. You see the quagmire we in? And when Amazon, who may have nothing to do with Apple per se, go down, a whole bunch of things went down behind that. That's crazy. That's crazy. And they're making the world smaller and smaller. Everyone is a content creator, which means everybody checks in. Right? Think about it. We want to take attendance for the world. Everybody who's got this device, check in. You either checking in as a consumer, you're buying, you're either checking in watching the content, or you checking in making the content. One of the three, right? So we all check in so that Big Brother or whatever can take attendance, see who's here, see who's still on that black on black shit, see who still hate the jaywalkers, see who's still into pedophilia, see who's into music. It is what it is. Yes?
Yeah.
So let's get to the food stamp fiasco. SNAP.
Yeah, man.
So due to the federal shutdown, there's rumors that those who are on SNAP, you know, food stamps and stuff like that, may be in jeopardy of not receiving their benefits. Now, as somebody who grew up, I might be in the SNAP food stamp Hall of Fame, nigga. You know what I mean? Somebody who grew up his whole life on it. I understand that it was designed as a transitional thing. I also understand that there are more white people on welfare and SNAP and more jaywalkers than there are black people. Let's be it clear. But I'm only going to speak about it. Right. I'm only going to speak about it from my experience. And we also know when we dig deeper, this is what separated the black man, the black woman, because you couldn't get the benefits. Somebody was in your house. I understand. This thing has become generational, where it is embedded in people now as they feel not obligated, they feel entitled. So now SNAP has become a entitlement. I'm not talking about the people who need it, but it was supposed to be transitional. So they're recommending you work 20 hours a week and you still can get your benefits, and people are losing it. What say you, Malcolm?
Okay. So one, I can see how I know people personally who it's like living in the projects, right? It's just like you don't
Section 8.
There are people who Section 8 who generations have gone through that one apartment when that was really supposed to be a stepping stone to something else because of just the environment. So food stamps are the same way. I know a lot of times I know a lot of people personally who food stamps have helped them until they've gotten to that next step. They got a job, their partner got a job, and it's just
Hold on.
all right, we're good
Let me
now.
say this real quick. There are people who work who get food stamps because they don't make enough. Go ahead.
Right? No, yo, bro, listen. Me and Avery, we both have jobs, and with 2 kids, it's still like, God damn, right? And I see people with 4 or 5 kids, and I'm just like, Doug, I know that's tough, right? I don't even know what you do, and I know that's tough. You get what I'm saying? So when I start to my adult brain just kind of works like that now, right? So I don't judge people for being on food stamps. I don't judge it at all. But I do, however, kind of shake my head a little bit when anything is tied to bettering yourself, because you have to. It has to transition somewhere. I feel like always. And then you get mad at that, and then you kind of devolve into just wanting to be a nigga and just wanting to be mad at something and want to toss some chairs through a window or something. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel
people
like
saying, I'm going in and I'm stealing everything because I'm entitled to this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like, if you can help it, try to help it. You know what I mean? If you can, like, get yourself into a better situation somehow, like if working 20 hours, and I don't even take that lightly because I know how rough the job market is as well. Like, I know some people are applying. I know some qualified people who can't find work even for jobs they are way overqualified for. You get what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I don't try to take that for granted. I don't try to take that lightly either. But just in theory, the conversation, if I say, hey, you need to work for this, and you just completely shut it down, like, I don't need to do nothing because the government needs to
take care of me.
Take care of me. I got a problem with it. I just do.
Well,
I don't know.
And remember, that represents a certain demographic, and every community has them. But I'm speaking from my perspective. Black folks and niggas, right? Of what's going on, just in let's just call it what it is. If you've been on Section 8, welfare, food stamps, and you get Medicaid, which is the best health insurance on the planet, for your whole life, and before you age out and your child reaches a certain age, you have another baby, and then if you have a female child, you teach her the ways so that she could be on the system, and it becomes embedded in your lifestyle for somebody to come along and tell you you have to, some people can't even say the word, work, right? It creates an imbalance. And if this happens, you are going to see people lose it. Now, when we speak about transformation and self-discovery and all of these things, I always explain that birth is violent. If you're comfortable where you at now, that means you're stagnant in life. And stagnation leads to death. And we're dealing with a lot of dead people who don't want to move. They don't want nothing to change. They want to get their food stamps and Section 8 and pass it down, and they never want to leave the projects. That's who they are. All you can do is separate yourself from them in hopes that you can do better, because the system was not designed for that. And what old boy Trump is doing, he's shaking the tree. He's shaking it hard on all fronts, not just black folk, white folk, J-War. Everybody is feeling the brunt because change is going to require people to be uncomfortable. A lot of you are sitting in relationships now that you hate, whether at work, your spouse, your boys, and you have gotten comfortable and you're scared to just go, man, fuck that nigga. I'm out. I'm scared to go move from this beautiful whatever, that's made me comfortable and go have to live in a 1-bedroom on the floor with an air mattress. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You have to be able to, this job is just comfortable, man. It's just that every 2 weeks the check keeps coming in, but I'm better than this. And a lot of times you don't leave because you're comfortable. And so only a few, when they shake this snap thing, are gonna use it as an opportunity to say, you know what? I've been meaning to go back to school, or I've been meaning to take a trade, and maybe this was the push I needed. There's always gonna be plenty people, Malcolm, white, black, and so forth, who go, man, I planted my flag, and I'm gonna fight for everything free that's given to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to come across like a Republican and shit, but
I've heard stories of there's a ShopRite Avenue H, Brooklyn. It's a lot of jaywalkers that live over there that have racks on that card.
Yes, that's their area.
Like, listen,
they all come over here and get in alignment. It's free money for them.
And then their husband don't be like they husband live with them, but they don't live with them.
They don't live with them, and he's a millionaire.
And it's no stigma on them, but there's stigma on black people.
Right, because a lot of it we place the stigma on ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you could get all of that and still be hustling and working, go for it. Right? Yeah. The ones who got another hustle, they go, okay, I'm still gonna get it. Yeah. Like Big D. Well, he say she braiding hair, selling weed, selling snacks out the same apartment and shit.
Baby D,
yeah. Yeah.
She sell weed, sell dope, braid hair at the same apartment.
At the same apartment, nigga.
Yeah.
Get your hustle on. Baby D ain't playing.
Speaking of hustle, Pastor Marvin Winans.
Oh yeah.
He was doing the collection plate for construction at that church. Apparently, that church has been getting work done since 2004, like probably before that.
Yeah.
And somebody came up, a mother and her son came up with $1,200 to donate, and he said, "You're not listening to me." He said, "What's this?" He said, "You're missing." He said. He said, "Is Pastor Winans gonna have to choke a bitch?
Choke a bitch out in front of her son,
in front of this congregation?" I said 2,000, and she was just like, "I'll come up with the other money." Like, bro, my heart broke. Like,
yes,
my heart like legit broke watching that. Like, I promise you, and not because of what he said, but because of her response. Like, she earnestly is giving this money
that she
because
don't
of what
have.
She believes. That she clearly don't have, right? And he said, next time make it 40. I couldn't
Next
believe
time,
it.
make it 40. Thank you for the 20. Next time, make it 40.
Yeah, that got me
And-
so mad, man.
But
Like,
you got to be mad at her too. What more signs do she need to see to realize that this ain't about the church? This is about him and his needs. You know what I mean? So there are always going to be people, Malcolm, who they 85ers, man. They can't see beyond him being the light and the connection to their God. And if you didn't come up with the 2,000, that means you didn't even have the 1,200.
yeah.
And that 1,200 could have bought your son some clothes for school, could have got you some more groceries, could have done all of these things. And so them people, they just cannon fodder. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of these religious organizations are the same exact way. But they live in a different paradigm, Malcolm. This is what I mean by it don't make sense to you, but it makes all the sense in the world to them because they reside in a different time and space.
Yeah.
They're non-players in your world because you would never do that. You know what I mean? But in their world, that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. All right, let's get to some more
You're
stuff.
listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, did you hear that LVMH is dropping Fenty Beauty from their portfolio? Apparently, they have like no more LVMH, Louis. They have like all of that stuff. I think Hennessy, like all of that is under that umbrella. Gucci,
Really?
all of that. Yes, all that is under that umbrella. That guy, Armad, or no, I forget his name. I think he's the richest man in the world. Like he sells physical goods, right?
Right.
They dropped Fenty Beauty and they dropped another company, and they have no more black brands on their portfolio anymore under their companies anymore. So I think that's interesting. A lot of companies, and I think Fenty is doing fine, right? I think Fenty is doing fine.
They said she lost $36 million allegedly based on that news alone, but that's a drop in the bucket if she's worth what they say she's worth.
So that's the thing too. Like, I'm not sure a lot of these people are really worth what they say they're worth, and I'm not sure a lot of these companies are doing as good as they're being reported to do so.
What's the
Google
Kardashian? What's her name?
Kim?
Not Kim.
Kylie,
Who has the merchandise, right?
Yeah.
They say she's not a billionaire. They say she was in contact with the people of Forbes. She doctored some reports and probably, did a few things, you know what I mean? And got her name on the list. Now, just having your name on the list is value now. Because now other people want to do business with you. So you fake it until you make it. And, and that's what she did. She faked it to the point where, her being a Kardashian, this, that. So I'm pretty sure with a lot of these companies, it's the same thing. These people are not billionaires. And Forbes has no real standing to say that. They're a magazine trying to, cozy up to celebrities.
Yeah.
You know?
No. And it's just like in the internet entrepreneur space. Like if you could say you're a millionaire. Like I did a video on this a couple months ago, and I was just talking about the difference between $1 million in revenue and $1 million in profit. Two totally different things. But people will tell you they're a millionaire because they probably made $1 million in revenue, and it's not the same. I promise
We made $1 million in revenue, Malcolm.
And I promise you guys.
And where's the goddamn money?
I promise y'all. Like, literally, listen to me. You get what I'm saying? So just imagine that 10, 100 times with the billionaire thing. Like, I could say that, and that could probably open up a few doors. That could probably get me to sit down in a few other places.
If you was a skimmer, or what do they call it?
What?
A grifter.
Grifter, yes.
If you was a real good grifter, all your thumbnails would say, let me show you how I made $1 million. Now, the fine print of that shit will say it was over a 5-year period.
Yeah, and listen.
It was 200,000 maybe a year.
I have too much.
Take away taxes.
Yeah.
Take away splitting it to 3 people. Take away
Yeah.
half of that went to buying blanks and merchandise and paying the podcast studio that we had
Software.
and the equipment. And when all the smoke cleared, we might have walked away with 30,000 a year each. That's the fine print. But the thumbnail says, I made $1 million. I'm not lying, technically.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of these grifters
even
run
when
on
I
that.
talked about it, even when I talked about it, I will always try to clarify revenue was not profit. Like, because I don't even feel right fronting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even.
But
Like-
the way poor people, remember, when poverty is your religion, money is your God, they stop listening after you said $1 million. And in their minds, $1 million is a lot of money. And it's not. Remember, Uncle Sam taking 460,000 of that
Off rip.
off rip.
Yeah.
Just keep it a bean. But poor people don't hear that. They just hear $1 million because in their mind, that's the milestone that takes care of all of their problems. And you get in these trenches of doing business and realize, dude, shit, we struggling. Malcolm has a job.
I had to dust off the resume. I had
That should tell you all you need to know.
you know what I'm saying?
All right? Now, I'm proud of him because I trained my son well. You do not let the babies go hungry. I don't give a shit. Right? So he looked at his numbers and said, Dad, we're swimming every time we try to do this. When I'm solo, that's great. I got babies now. I got a wife. I cannot do this. So go solve your problem.
Yeah.
Right? Hello, my name is Black Dot. Welcome to Happy Burger. How can I take your order? For 15 cents, sir, you can get an apple pie with that, sir.
Yeah.
Would you like to donate to so-and-so? Would you like to supersize that, sir? If my shit got raggedy, yeah. I kid
Know
you
what I'm saying?
not. No shame in my game.
And somebody, Jay told us $1 million is not a lot of money in the context of business and the expenses that come with it. Your job probably makes $1 million very, very easily, but they have to go payroll. People have to get paid.
Right.
Insurance have to get paid. Taxes have to get paid. Supplies, softwares have to get paid. When you think about it in the context of that, $1 million in a day in a pile in front of you, absolutely, it's a lot of money. But in the context over a 6-year period and all of those things that I just talked about, monthly subscriptions that they have to get paid, bills, taxes, and stuff like that, you realize how fast it goes.
Right.
Without you even buying anything new.
Yeah. And then you wind up saying, damn, I'm just trading hours for a salary. I might as well go get a job with some damn benefits.
And
right?
Entrepreneurship, way more stressful because you don't know where the money's coming from.
Way more stressful.
Where or when it's stressful. You don't know if, again, we're on YouTube. Our business model depends on YouTube. What if they shut us down tomorrow?
Right.
Shit.
Right. Or we open up and we got 1,000 subscribers at $5. That's $5,000, right? Minus Uncle Sam taking his. But some people, credit card, don't register that week, that month. Some people cancel. Some people change cards. Some people cards. And then next thing you know, damn, we didn't get 1,000 people to give us $5. We had 620 this month.
And then you know what most businesses do, right? On the internet, right? They see that $10,000 a month, they start spending like that's
gonna be a regular thing.
That's gonna you look at. I promise you, it's a trend on TikTok about these influencers who've just blown it.
Yes,
they've just blown it all.
Yes,
right? And then you're wondering like, damn, how the hell is because they start spending like it'll never end, like things will never change, like.
Yeah, and guess what?
Business.
I can tell when these hustlers run out of money. Because you know what they do? They run one of these expensive challenges, every like clockwork. They come on and they tell you to give them $2,500 or $5,000, and they're gonna change your life. It simply means they have run out of money.
I've seen it.
Like clockwork.
Yeah.
Because the money that was coming in during COVID ain't coming in the way it used to. I even see some of these dudes pivot and say, I don't even do that no more. You should be doing this. Wait a minute, nigga. For 5 years, you've been telling me it should be this way, and now you're telling me something different. You know why people don't mess with us? Because we just tell it like it is. We give it to you like it is. No, we no longer have a podcast spot. We're back up in my house. You know why? Because we couldn't afford it. Yes, Malcom has a job because he has babies to take care of. Yes, we had to take time off so he could get acclimated and we could get acclimated and put ourselves back in a position where we could service you with less pressure. Yeah, we still gonna sell you a hoodie because everything we do depends on your participation. No advertisement, no endorsements. So when you buy a hoodie, you actually helping us. If you pay through the super chat, we appreciate it, but YouTube takes 30% off the rip.
Yep.
I'm just keeping it a bean with you.
Yeah.
So when you see these people come out and they got a new hustle and this challenge is greater than the last challenge, and I just need $197 on the entry level, and then they upsell you to about $10,000, and the masterclass is $25,000. Huh? It just means they ran out of money. They're not trying to help you. Yeah. You just help them. That's it. I digress. But I'm having a challenge, and it's free. But if you want to participate on the deep level, $20, $30, whatever it is costing, you get it and you participate. But it's going to be free for YouTube if you just want to get on YouTube and write your own pad in your own notebook. Feel free. Every single class except Saturday mornings, that's going to be for members. All right? Because I'm giving up my time. That's for my members. And so renew your membership. See, Diggs, I got you. I don't know if Malcom got on that yet. We'll take care of you because you family.
Real quick, we missed the message. Baby Noah, it has been discharged from Giovanni and the Queen home. I saw that. Shouts out. Congrats.
Shouts out, baby Noah. Now it begins. Giovanni, sleep is going to be golden for the Queen. Yeah. So be there. You have no idea what grabbing Noah in the middle at 2 a.m. when he got to get that feeding, and mommy just needs a little rest, and then she can recharge. Yeah. Right? Noah, for the next 2 years or so, you not the baby. And I know that might be tough for you because you've been the baby all this time. Boo, I hurt my tooth. And she stopped everything she doing and she catered to you. You know, there comes a point, now Noah, he occupies that space. I need you to stay focused though. Don't drift. Stay focused because you're still going to be needed. I still remember Eli sucking on Mama Dot's breast and looking over at me. And he was like, nigga, you are never getting these titties back. And I was like, this little evil nigga. You know what I mean? And so it's a period, it's a process. But after them 2 years, you know, and then he starts moving towards you because he watching what you doing, and you and him build your thing, and it'll all get in there. Yeah. It'll all be in there. Sister Clay, thank you for ordering the paperback bundle. We appreciate your continued support. It's important that we have these moments so that we're never confused on why we're here and what we're here doing. We want to make sure you always get something out of what we're doing. All right?
Absolutely.
And so when we give these giveaways and we reach show 600 and we give stuff, listen, for the week that my book come out, all I'm going to say is you need to be in the building. I'm going to do a fake Kai Cenat thing where I come on every day, except maybe Thanksgiving, because I'll be eating beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it, right? Not that day. But all them other days, we're going to be in the mix. I'm going to be on every day, and I'm going to be giving away crazy stuff. Shit, I might be giving away flat screen TVs. You don't know. When you show your receipt that you purchased the book. So all of those who just purchased, hold your receipt, because I'm going to be randomly saying, you get a camera, you get some Oculus, you get a TV, you get a hoodie, just as a way of saying thank you for your continued support.
Absolutely. So earlier, what I was saying was, my kids are growing up; they're getting big.
Yes.
Titan has been terrorizing Noble, and Noble's
As he
annoyed.
should.
Noble's annoyed, but he doesn't realize. I'm trying to explain to him, this is the rest of your life, kid.
Yeah.
It's going to terrorize you.
And he
for the
gonna
rest of your
know
life.
you're not my father. You wait till Titan figure that one out. Like, you don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You're not my father. And when you tell Noble, are you going out to the park? Take your little brother with you. And he go,
Yeah.
And Titan is
right now,
racing to put his sneakers on.
Like, because Titan is crawling very fast. He's trying to stand and walk. He's crawling very, very fast. So when Noble comes to the kitchen, I just hear hands and knees slapping on the ground because he's following after Noble. And I'm just like, bro, can you go back in there? Because he's clearly following you. And I don't need him in the kitchen because I'm cooking or something. We're doing something in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's a mess. It's a mess.
And I can already tell Titan is going to be like the boss.
Yo.
He don't look like he accept no for an answer.
Yo.
Yeah.
Guys. That second one, man. I don't know, man. They're crazy. I don't know, man.
And they each have their own personalities. And but enjoy it because, Malcolm, it goes by faster than you think, man. Look at you, bro. Oh, yeah. Jaden Smith just purchased a bundle. Thank you. Malcolm, you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
I remember you used to try to follow your brother around. And you used to tell him, you're not my father. So back up. Yeah. I know you're 7 years older, but I don't care. Right? But the time flies. You know? It flies, bro. So,
What else we got, guys?
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Diddy was attacked in jail, knife put to his neck.
So he says.
Yeah, what was that about?
I think he's trying to create the environment that expedites his being pardoned or whatever by Trump. Or you see what Trump did for what's that guy who got 7 years and he only did 3 months and Trump just pardoned him. White guy. He was like doing identity theft.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Somebody knows his name.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
He was he's a fake Puerto Rican.
George Santos. George
Santos.
He
did 3 months, and he was in there writing a documentary on the harsh conditions of prison. That's what white people do. I'm gonna write my congressman from prison. So you know Diddy, who's accustomed to a specific lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is driving him up the wall. But how do you think Shine felt when he took the fall for some shit he didn't do?
Touche.
So, so I think Diddy was trying to create a situation that gets him moved to a safer place or something.
I can see it. What else we got, guys?
I think that's it.
Get up out of here. All right, guys. With that being said,
Huh?
Snoop. He come out with a new kid show.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got him. They got him together quick because for his.
You see
for his
this
comments. They got him together quick. Love
Yo,
is
LA,
love.
what's going on with this, man?
They got him together quick.
Now,
We got something for you.
not only do you have to apologize, you have to create characters or create a Muppet show with the left-handers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The left-handed mechanics.
You know why? Because we got you on tape, son. Are you kidding me? We got you doing, you and Diddy was like this, son. Don't front. And so they probably just came to him and said, look, son, because how do you go from that extreme? And the look on his face is just like, damn. And I personally think he's a confidential informant.
Oh, come on.
Right? And I may
you ain't
meet him
breaking
one
no
day
news.
and shake his hand. I don't know. 'Cause, you know.
He ain't breaking no news.
Yeah, he's a confidential informant. And let's not forget he brought black women on stage in doggy chains. Don't forget that. Right?
Yeah.
And so the perfect humiliation is now he gotta, and hopefully for the debut, he gotta take his nephew to see it. Like if it's in the theater or it's a cartoon or something. And sit down and put in 100 hours with your nephew, right? You know these people run this piece, bro. Yeah. You know better.
Yeah.
They can't do nothing but send me to Happy Burger. You know what I mean? And work.
Malcolm
That's
and
the best.
What's your thoughts on the gag order issued by the judge for the Charlie Kirk case? I didn't know about this. I heard they are piece by piece again because video in 2025 and investigators on the internet are just very, very tight. They're showing the dude who got arrested for the killing of Charlie Kirk on the ground as everybody was running away because they had somebody in the same outfit and they said this was him in this outfit and they showed somebody in the same outfit on the ground running away because they're saying there's no way possible that he could get on the roof, put the gun together, make the shot, take the gun apart, get off the roof, put the gun back together, put it in the woods, leave it there. And it makes no sense. So apparently people are just kind of putting it together. They're creating their own timeline of what happened and they're putting it together very fast.
They're putting it together thoroughly.
Yeah.
They're showing the way his shirt even jerked up and moved. That was something under his shirt. Dude, this whole thing is a mess. All they could do now is hope that it goes away.
Yeah.
But it won't
because
it's connected to Trump. So it's going to stay there because, and the reaction of the wife, all of that stuff don't make sense. But what does in this day and time?
Bro, that memorial was like a WWE.
Jeez.
Yeah. Welcome to my husband's funeral.
Dude. So there are players everywhere.
Yeah.
I never believed it from the beginning. I never believed Trump got shot. Right? That's just me. And because I walk the walk of common sense. And as long as the path is well lit, I'm good on that. The minute the path of common sense start getting murky and it start getting dark and it's a weeded detour, I'm like, nah, something ain't right, son. Yeah. I ain't going down there. No.
Yeah.
No. Yep. So
somebody said yes. I did listen to the whole Cardi B album. It was cool. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. Her first one was such a pleasant surprise for me because I just was not expecting it.
Right.
And that's why I think I liked it so much because I was just like, whoa, this is really good. The second one, it wasn't as bad as people said it was, and it wasn't as good as people said it was either, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree.
I stand by my original take earlier this year. Glorilla's album was really, really good.
Her album, I told you, the kids on a long ride to come down there to the baby shower.
I appreciated that album.
I rocked
really,
it.
really
I
good.
listened and listening to it in context. So no, you don't put that up against a Kendrick Lamar album and say, where does she stand? No, in context of her being from Memphis, the audience she's trying to reach, she chose great beats and she gave up a piece of herself by listening to her album, I learned about her religious beliefs. I learned about her relationships. I learned about her friendships. I learned about her, and that's all I want from an album.
Yeah.
That's all I want from an album is to get to know what made you use or create this art to express this part of yourself. So absolutely.
Who you? Oh, versus. Before we get out of here, who you got? Cash Money versus No Limit.
I didn't listen to grow up listening to either one of them. To be honest, for me, listen, I couldn't get down with that down. Somebody say, it was never my thing. I'm just being a buck. When Lil Wayne came out, he sounded slow. Then all of a sudden, he sounded advanced. Now that don't mean each one of them didn't have a few joints. They did. But it wasn't my era. That was when I was transitioning into just working and fatherhood. So I kind of missed the whole hypeness. But if I had to put money down, I'm going to say Cash. Say Cash
I think
Money.
Cash Money got it. I think Cash Money got it.
I'll say Cash Money.
I think Manny Fresh is one of the best producers of all time.
Underrated.
I don't think he gets.
Yes.
I don't think he gets his respect at all.
I do. I agree.
Incredible. But I think No Limit had volume, and I think Cash Money had the quality.
Yes.
Personally.
Yes.
Right? They had the Hot Boys, then they had the Big Timers, then they had Juvie by herself, then they had
Yes.
Wayne by herself.
Yes.
I get. Listen, man. It
As
gets
long
spooky.
as who's Silk the Shocker? He down with No Limit.
No
right?
Limit, yeah.
Don't put him on the stage. Please don't put him on the stage at all. No disrespect, but yeah, I'm gonna take Cash Money in that.
Yeah. All right, guys. No Limit has Snoop way later. Don't start that. Don't.
Yeah, you might be able to throw him in there for a song or two, but
Yeah.
he shouldn't. He got bigger issues to deal with. Goddamn gay Muppets and shit.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to visit shopurbanx.com to get one of those journals. Hit the Amazon link in the description below. Pre-order Dot's book. Support it. We're trying to hit it on the best sellers list. We need the pre-orders as well. Thank you guys. Don't forget to share this. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Next week it is.
Peace.
Peace.